Hi everybody, Diane here from California Tea and Herbal, and today we're going to do a Malaysian tea beverage, and it's actually just tea that is sweetened with condensed milk, and it's all over Malaysia, extremely popular, and what makes it so special is the technique that is used to make it, and that is to aerate it from one vessel to another, which really gets air into the tea. It's called pulled tea, like pulled pork. Well, this is pulled tea because you literally use the technique to pull the tea from one vessel to another, and so it ends up with a very foamy head. And it's not an easy technique. I've been practicing with water. In fact, I've been practicing, it's almost dark out now. It is not as easy as it looks. So if you want to do this, please you practice with water as well so you don't get burned. Now you only want to pull it about 5 times or you're going to cool it down too much. I just reheated mine to make this video. So I'm going to tell you what ingredients first. And what you want to do is if you have a black tea, make sure it's a strong black tea. Now they actually use tea dust, and the tea dust is strained sometimes through a stocking, which is called stocking tea, and then that is added after it's strained out onto the condensed milk. It is mixed with that condensed milk and sweetened, and it gives it just a little bit of more body, and then after that is done, it is aerated, and it ends up with a foamy head, almost like the Malaysian form of a latte, if you will. So that's what you're going to need. Now that will be 1 tablespoon, and you want it to be good and strong, of a Sri Lankan tea, or a tea from Ceylon, and that's what our English breakfast is. So that's what I'm going to be using or recommending, and also I will link that in the show more. So you click on show more and it'll give you all the links I put in the videos. And so after you have that 1 tablespoon of tea, then you're also going to need 2 tablespoons of condensed milk. So 1 tablespoon of loose tea, 2 tablespoons of condensed milk. If that's too sweet for you, that is the kind of the sweetness level in Malaysia. I like mine a little less sweet, so you go with what you want on the sweetness, but they actually make it super sweet because the tea dust they use is a very poor grade, very bitter, well, some bitterness, and so that amortizes the bitterness, and then that's really all you're going to need. After you have brewed that in 8 ounces of water, that tea, you strain it, and you add and I'll show you the technique I'm going to use. I actually add it onto or over the condensed milk, and then I do the pulling. So let's get started. Okay, so here is the 2 tablespoons, and I just put slightly under 2 tablespoons of the condensed milk, not evaporated but condensed, because you want some sweetness. And I have already brewed up my 8 ounces of the strong Sri Lankan tea, and I'm going to pour it in right on top of this, and I have a very low heat on because I'm going to keep this tea extremely hot, because when you aerate it, it's going to start cooling down. So let that condensed milk thoroughly combine with the tea, and make sure, as I said, it's really hot. But don't try this technique at all until you feel confident enough to do it. We don't want anybody getting burned, so we'll play it safe, and I hope I don't get burned, but let me show you now what happens next. Okay everybody, here's what I'm going to do. I have this very hot tea with the condensed milk in the first pan, and then I'm going to take a small bowl. If you have like 2 steaming pitchers, stainless steel, that would probably be even better. Now I found the best thing to do, let me make sure all the water's out of there, the best thing to do is start low. And so you want to start up and then pull it up. And you can see that steam coming out. And then again, start up, pull it up. Now you don't want to do this over 5 times because then you're, whoa, I just popped my belt open. Who cares? Alright, so you can see the technique. Try to pull it up. I found that if you start low and then you pull up, and if you can see, the foaminess is already starting to come into the tea. So this is the technique, and this is the last time I'm going to pull it And then I'm going to go ahead now and pour it into the cup and show you what it looks like. I'll bring it over there. So here is the foamy head, and if I had this in a clear glass, you could see from the side that it puts about a half an inch, quarter to a half an inch of a foam head on the top of this when it's done properly. Well, everybody, I hope you enjoyed the video on Teh Tarik. I'm alone here, and I think I'll watch Home Alone and wait for my husband who's been out of town. So I want to thank you again. Hope you enjoy our tea videos. Please subscribe, like, and share, and have a wonderful weekend. We'll see you next week with the next video. Bye for now.